The next review is for the Savage Gear Pike landing net, the telescopic version. I think this is the extra large. Whoa! I've got it fully extended here. So, actually, what size is it? I mean, basically, you would easily get a double figure to £30 pike in there. So one of the best things about these are they are rubberized. So the mesh is rubber, it will protect the fish when you land it. Also a key thing I was looking for in this, when I found this product, was that you can fold it all the way. Pretty much fold it all the way. So if I actually push the landing net handle the right way, let's collapse. So the handle goes to half its normal length, just tighten that off, and then the whole handle pushes through the net as well, the end like that, and then simply fold it up, wrap the net around, and it's pretty small. I mean, you could strap that onto the back of a backpack. It's incredibly light, I don't know what. It's probably a few hundred grams, yeah, half a pound, really light, probably aluminium. Superb quality by Savage Gear. Yeah, really great for a pike session. Obviously if you're going for perch or something like that, you'd get the smaller version. I think this is the extra large. I'll post links to where you can get them online. Really good value, £42 I think, for a massive pike landing net that will protect your fish. Yeah, great product. Right, it's January, 3 degrees, bit foggy out. I just need to start getting my tackle sorted out for maybe fishing in the next week or so. So what have I got here? These are my lure rods and a dead baiting rod, actually all set up. In the back is more sort of carpy and match stuff with the hold all open to keep everything airing. I realised if you close that up over the winter, everything gets a bit mouldy. So yeah, what I'm going to do today is get a load of lures out of this bag and get them ready for a session. Right, so I've just got 2 boxes of freshwater lures. So got a bunch of small things in here, floating and shallow divers, and some little Meps aglias, and some really old school plugs and spinners. And then over in this one, we've got, yeah, these are more like the pike lures. So we've got some really chunky ones, soft plastics, and some nice Rapala things and so on. Right, I'll just cover the pike lures first. So what have we got here? I haven't actually used this before, but it's a Savage Gear Hop Walker frog. It's a surface lure, so that floats on the surface and imitates a frog. I guess the dangly bits are meant to be its legs, and meant to be really effective for pike taking baits on the surface. Next is this Fox Rage Wobble Replicant. So quite heavy, very sort of sticky, soft plastic. Get some good distance on that, lovely paddle tail. Haven't had any follows on this yet, last year when I was using it, but it's meant to be really effective. Now this is pretty ace, loads of people swear by this. This is the Rapala X-Rap Pito. This is the 14cm version. It's basically a hybrid lure, so there's the hard bit at the front, and then a rubber paddle tail at the back. I think with this, yes you do, you get spare tails, and hopefully the pike makes a mess of those. It's got a rattle in it, yeah, pretty great. Really excited about using that this year. What else have we got? We've got a couple of Western shad teasers. This is a really big version in the Pike colouring. Nice big paddle tail Western logo there. And this is, don't know what it's meant to be, like a tiger perch or something in slightly smaller size. I think last year I had a follow on one of these, the Bristol Avon, River Avon. This is an interesting one. So this is actually a Pike fly from Fluff Chucker. You can search him on the web. He hand makes these, I think in Scotland. They look really good in the water. The main problem with these is you need a bit of extra weight to get any distance. It's incredibly light. There's no weight in this head really. But yeah, essentially fly fishing for pike. Very interesting. One here is a sort of rattly crankbait called the Svartsonker by, what company is that? Svartsonker, is it Abu? Might be Abu. If I have the details, I'll put them in the description. That has a lovely action, really good. And then there's a rattle bait here by Savage Gear. Goes quite deep. It's got all these extra accoutrement on, extra dangly spinners, and the main body here comes in a variety of colours. A couple of hooks. Yeah, that's pretty jazzy and disco-y. And then I've got a jointed kind of wooden swim bait here. I have no idea who this is made by, but you can find similar ones on the web. I actually found this in a tree on the River Avon. Someone had lost it while fishing for pike. Alright, here's some of my smaller lures I'll be taking out with me. The ones at the front here are mostly ones I researched for chub fishing on the river, but they're actually decent for chub, perch and probably trout as well. This one's a UL crank, hold on, who's this made by? No, can't find this one. I'll stick it in the description. UL crank 0.3, deepish diver. All of these actually came with twin trebles on, but I replaced the trebles with a single circle hook just because I was catching perch on them, and small perch, we were sort of taking more than one barb and it was all getting a bit awkward to unhook them. It's not very nice. This one's the Fox Rage Funk Bug, so this got really good write-up, so I thought I'd give it a go. Yeah, on one or two of these, possibly this one, yeah, another one I'll show you in a sec. I got some nice perch down at the River Avon in Bristol. Cute. This one's tiny. This is a 3 centimetre, wait, what do they call this one? It's the Salmo. Yeah, sorry, it's made by the company Salmo. It's the floating tiny 3 centimetre. Somewhere it says Salmo. Oh, upside down, but tiny 3. This is like a rose chafer bug or something. You can get them as ladybirds and things like that. But they essentially float on the surface and should attract trout or chub. Quite cute. This one got me some perch. So this is the Savage Gear 3D Goby crank. Yeah, this is a shallow diver again. All of these are either float or shallow dive. It's very realistic colouring on this guy. Great eyes. Whoa. And then, yeah, as well as the floating ones, I've given these a bit of a go as well. So, yeah, here's, to find out what this is called, I got it down the local tackle shop. Is there any clues underneath? No, not really. I'll look that one up. But yeah, it's a diver, got some weight to it for its size, so Really chuck that one. Got a feeling this is a, yeah, this is a Savage gear. So really tiny. Use this on a river in Scotland, actually trying to get some trout. Got really nice action, and as well as being quite sort of realistic as most Savage gear ones are, little print of a tiny fish. There's a spinner on the back as well for extra attraction. Got a couple of old Rapala type lures. Probably found this one. I know this is Abu Garcia. Found this one at Loch Orr. It was tangled up on a rock to someone else's. And this is a Rapala jointed lure from back in the day. That's probably about over 30 years old. Used to use that at my local reservoir to try for pike. Likewise, actually got two Ondex spinners, also 30 odd years old. Classic pike lures or large trout. Our lures love tangling together, don't they? Right, they're going to stay like that. And then the other ones I thought I'd highlight are just the Mepps Aglias. So I bought these for trout fishing in Loch Orr in Scotland because they were recommended for catching trout. Pretty small, trolling them behind a boat or chucking them out from the shore. Or chucking them out from a boat. Yeah, my wife actually hooked a really big something, a pike or a trout, Farhook's trout probably, on one of these. Lost it, so a similar one, not actually this. Yeah, so there you go. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, please subscribe. Thanks very much. Today I am reviewing the Drennan Specialist Quiver. This is basically a small rod holdall for holding, well, I've got 3 rods on it, kind of designed for a couple of rods. If you're doing like a session for barbel, chub, pike, like a river session, and you don't want to take your full rod holdall, barrow, etc. So on here I've got strapped a dead baiting rod, the big reel, set up, yeah, ready to go. Also bait caster and small drop shot rod. So I've got 3 on there for basically predator fishing. Around the other side there's a zip section, got a unhooking mat that fits in there. There's another section here I haven't even got anything in yet, and the main section in the middle I haven't filled up, unzips, and is the full length of the quiver, and that's really for keeping your brolly in. So yeah, I probably need to get a spare brolly or grab it out of my other rod holdall, and then I'm fully equipped to go. It's got a shoulder strap here, adjustable, and a handle for carrying. Kind of the quality you expect from Drennan. Really great. Their specialist gear is ace. I think they really support the specialist anglers out there. Specialists and coarse fishers, I think it's their speciality really. No, great product, love it. Longer view of it, there you go. So it's a few feet high, 4 feet or so. This is like a 12-foot rod in 2 sections, so that is 6 foot. It's about 4 foot. It's small, light, easy to carry, good for a quick, you know, day session down a river or something like that. Yeah, great product. I'll put links in the description of where to buy it. Cheers. Right, this is my quick review of the Box Duralite Low Chair. This is great. I mean, the main reason I got this is it's so incredibly light. Don't know what it's made of, but it weighs 2.9 kilograms. So compared to my other fishing chair, that's 6.5 kilos. This is like just really easy to carry. You can just strap it onto your rucksack. and just carry it for, you know, short sessions. It's got these really great extendable legs with really big mud feet on the bottom, so you won't sink in. Yeah, you can get it up to a decent height, collapse them back down. Legs that lock in place, so you can just pull out a retaining pin there, fold them back, fold the legs one way or another. There you go, fold the back up and you're done. You can, I mean, this is just, you can lift this with one finger, it's ridiculously light. Really, really comfortable. Let me get back in it again. So lock the legs in place, mud feet out. Yeah, super comfy chair. Actually, it is the low one, which I think means it's got a low back, but actually in a sort of relaxed, slightly slouched fishing position, you've definitely got neck support there. I'm nearly 6 foot tall and this is definitely big enough for me. Really sturdy, well made. Yeah, great chair, really recommend that. Box Duralite chair, the low version. You can pick them up currently for, I just checked, about 75 quid on eBay from independent angling stores. And then they have versions with arms and a bigger back that go up to about 130, 140 pounds. But yeah, good value, 75 quid for a great brand as well. So yeah, I'll put details of where you can get them in the description. It'll be stores on eBay. Yeah, great chair. Today I'm reviewing the Nash BoxLogic loaded version. So this is a tackle box with loads of other tackle boxes inside it. I've used it for over a year now, so this is a tried and tested review. Let's see, so very simply opens to reveal many other tackle boxes. So I've actually labelled these up with a Dymo labelling machine, but this is basically needles, drills and stops box. I'll get a few of these out, hold on. So this one, with my needles and drills and so on in, has, you can buy these separately, but I bought the loaded version of this box, so they all come with it for free. I've got all my sort of needles, drills, cocktail sticks for loading up things. On the other side, I've got these individual compartments for hair rig stops, yeah, boilie and other bait stops, etc. That's a pretty good one because you can just have that out on its own. Comes with also about 6 of these tiny little boxes, so you can have individual shot, stops, swivels, things like that, and then you get 4 of these medium-sized ones. So I've got some fake baits in these ones, prawns, mussels, snails and worms, and then there's room just in the box for general stuff. I've got feeders, scissors, knives, weights, a load of ledger bombs here, yeah, tools, bits of line and so on. These are dividers, comes with dividers basically, so you can change the size of these, some of these sections. It's solid, it locks with these latches, it does, honestly, there you go. It's got a measuring, yeah, a rule here, so you can measure rigs, or probably not fish, but yeah, for rigs and so on. Yeah, it's quality. Also it fits in the Nash WorkBox, the large version, which I'll be reviewing separately. Yeah, quality product. I'll send links through to it. I think it's roughly £40. It's kind of the going rate for tackle boxes, unless you get a bargain brand like NG2. Yeah. Right, I'm today reviewing the Nash WorkBox. So this is basically a padded and reinforced tackle box in itself, but also a container for other tackle boxes. In this case, the Nash BoxLogic tackle box fits inside the Nash WorkBox, which is this. So one feature of it is on the top, you've got a ridge here, so you can do messy stuff on here, do rigging up and so on. And once you open it, it's got a large zip section here. In there I have put things like rig boxes, there's a float box in there as well. Yeah, high quality zips, but also netting so you can see what's in there. Just turn it around. I've got lines, PVA bags, other things in the other zip section. I've kept bite alarms in there as well, it's pretty good. And then a nice section here with a load of separate little netted pockets for, I keep individual bags of hooks in here, and a few of the smaller sort of packets of rigs. And then this section at the bottom that's reinforced is where the BoxLogic tackle box by Nash fits. So I'll just grab that now. I will fit it in, which takes a second, and then there it is, it's inside there. So the whole thing has got all your rigs and tackle, floats, things like that. Once it's all loaded up, what does it weigh? I don't know, seems like a kilo or so, maybe a kilo and a half, depends what you've got in there really, doesn't it? It's a great product, padded everywhere, so it really protects you there when it's getting chopped about. Yeah, high quality as usual product from Nash. Yeah, it's great, highly recommend it. Cheers. Right, today I am reviewing the Stanley Flask in its largest version. This is just a superb product. It's not a cheap flask. I think it's about 50 quid. You probably get it less than £50 now. Yeah, great for fishing long sessions because it will keep a hot drink hot for something crazy like over 24 hours. Also, the best thing with this, compared to some brands like Thermos, is that it's completely metal lined. There's no glass in there. I've had Thermoses and I've dropped them and you get a load of broken glass in your drinks, but not with this, it's metal. It comes with a chunky-ish mug. Also, this screws down and you can open it slightly to pour, and then close it off tight for completely sealing the drink, as well as hot drinks. Obviously in the summer it can hold cold drinks and keep them nice and cool for many hours. The handle snaps away and you can just slot it in to your fishing rucksack or your barrow or whatever. Yeah, lovely quality. Comes in a sort of textured green metal. Yeah, fab product.